Like many other traders, I had a great idea in the back of my mind, just waiting to be researched and put into action. I knew that swine flu the swine flu would cause certain stocks to jump, even if they were only remotely attached to the actual pandemic at hand. Folks, a lot of people are making a lot of money on our hysteria, on our soon-to-be misery, on our soft-kill virus weapons that we'll be just like rolling it up for. Boom! Yeah! So a Millen Labs popped on my radar when I tried to connect it as an American maker and supplier of the Swiss-based Roche flu remedy, Tamiflu. Now remember, Tamiflu is not going to help, admittedly, will not help you one iota, not one little bit. And they're going to be making some serious cash, okay? Because when you can't take the shot, they're going to say, well, we've got some Tamiflu. That'll help your immunity. That'll help your immunity. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Teva Pharmaceuticals. Tema is one of those rare stocks that would have richly rewarded a buy and hold investor over the last decade. Pull up a monthly chart at the slow assault on the heavens that pulled it off, and it is making money yet again. The other three, I don't even really want to get into, but it is SNY, which is Sanofi, Aventis, Novavax Incorporated, and BioCryst Pharmaceuticals. Look for these people to make a lot of money in the coming months. Mark in Georgia, you're on the line, sir. Yes, Mark.
Good. I do want to stay on topic.
Thank you, sir.
But I thought I can appreciate, basically, we're talking about eugenics here, and obviously they can't call it the genetically engineered virus. It's kind of like you really think a politician is going to run on a pro-tyranny, pro-human sacrifice platform because he's really a Satanist. No, it's not what they tell you. I think that humor, as I was saying to Alex the other day, sometimes humor will get by a point that they're saying, okay, on the defensive side, they're saying, okay, it's a joke. There's a clip from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. You know, the bring out your dead, clang, and this guy's got his father flung over his shoulder, but they're arguing like, well, look, I can't take him, it's against the rules, and they wind up just basically wasting the guy just because he didn't want to use the theater around. I just uploaded that onto You Do News, my account, if you don't mind. You know, I want to make sure it's okay by you. My account is Mark Anabaptist. That's another thing I've got from Monty Python is, let's not go on and on about who killed who. The Anabaptists were people who they agreed with the idea of Reformation, but they didn't think it was going far enough, and they got murdered by people who call themselves Christians on both sides. I uploaded that clip from Monty Python and the Holy Grail because, in a way, it is, granted, a bit twisted humor, but it's the humor that makes a point. And the thing I want to be clear about when we make jokes, and I was like, don't miss the point we're trying to make just because we're trying to use humor to keep people from being on the defensive mentally, where they're saying, well... That's
true, man, because especially me... You know, Mark, I am very lighthearted, you know, and I might have a smile on when I'm talking about some of this stuff. And unfortunately, this is not, you know, smiling, happy, fun, sunshine, unicorns, and candy canes material. This is hardcore, better wake up and get ready material. But, you know, I have to come at it this way because I see it every single day. You know, I scour these lines. And even though I'm not as hip to everything as I was maybe 2 or 3 months ago when I was doing my daily show, and I really am working very hard on the film and trying to concentrate on that subject matter, it's everywhere. Okay, I can't turn on my television at, you know, again, 6:30 in the morning this morning. After that on Chris Matthews, they're talking about swine flu on another local news network. And I can't escape this stuff, so I feel compelled to try to, first of all, take it in, report it to the people, and be somewhat humorous about it so that they can at least look at this information and not pull back from fear. I thank you for the call, because we don't want to be too afraid. See, when that fear starts to consume us, that's when we get all fidgety and we don't know what to do, and then maybe we are going to let the man take our, you know, our elderly mother away or our child away, or allow them to vaccinate the kid at the church, and I might just do it. And that's what you don't want. Okay. You want to know the facts. You want to be able to stand up to somebody. You want to be confident. You want to make eye contact, and you want to say no. But at the same time, I'm a laid back guy. I can't live in fear. I know we're in a very serious situation here. We've been in a very serious situation since they laid this hoax on us in April, and it has gotten progressively worse. See, that's what I don't think people understand, that I always try to reiterate to people. These are gradual things. It is very hard for them to go to 0 to 100 in a day, a week, a month, sometimes even a year. See, what they are trying to do in this 1 year time span is go from 0 to 100. And they may be able to be successful. But even if they hit, 65, 70. So in other words, they're planning on 159 million vaccinations in this country. I'm sure they'd be satisfied with 75 million. That they're shooting for the stars and overboard to see how many gullible suckers they can get. All right, let's go to Travis in Illinois. Travis, you're on the line.
Hello, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello. I am actually going into the Navy to be a nuclear engineer, hopefully. I still have passed the test. But anyway, I'm just curious, and by the way, I take it seriously when I do the oath to defend the Constitution.
Okay.
But what would you recommend trying to not get the swine flu vaccination if you're going into the military? I realize, they're... What?
You got an iPhone? Probably don't have an
iPhone?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
You got any phone that has video capabilities?
Yes.
All right, here's what I would do. First thing I would do is I'd go online, I'd rip the YouTube 1979 60 Minutes where they talk about Gilliam's Baird. Okay, rip it to your phone, bring it in with you when you're going to talk to your commander, your general. Long before you're supposed to be scheduled to take the shot. Go to your superiors with this information, okay?
Okay.
Number 2, print out this latest Washington Post article where they admit about Gilliam's Baird, and they actually admit these trials, are causing a bunch of harm to people. Walk in with this information and say, hey, they're not testing this. This gave a lot of people not only death, but no more use of their limbs. Why am I taking this shot when they admit it's the sniffles? Okay, I mean, the only way I know how to combat this stuff is with information. And most people, if you just go in there with articles, it doesn't have the impact. They watched that clip from 60 Minutes where George Wallace is interviewing a woman who lost the use of her arms and legs and has to have braces on her legs after months of recovery and still stutters and stammers. That makes an impact. That's huge. That's the way that you might be able to get your commanding officer to say, you know what, you don't have to show up, and I'm not taking it either. And that's how we spread information. I thank you for the call, Travis, and the best of luck, my friend. He's out of Illinois, so I'm going to read the local Illinois article on the swine flu. That's right. We've got local articles around the country saying the same exact thing from the past week. We're running drills in the schools. We're giving your kids the shot, and we're bringing the parents in on buses, baby. That's how this is rolling. We're on alert, said Ellen Wolf, health supervisor with Naperville School District 203. It's so much of an unknown right now. In Barrington, school nurses will continue to work with classroom teachers to reinforce lessons about hand washing and covering coughs. See, they're going to get you obsessed with sanitizing your hands and the little kids marching in. And remember, they're teaching the teachers how to spot kids with the swine flu so they can be taken away for quarantine.
Yeah, this is the new tyranny. It's all about the cover story for the federal takeover.
Yes, and it admits right here again, school-age children are expected to be among those given first access to the vaccinations. The elderly are last this time, pregnant women and children first. Why? Because in actuality, they're going to have the least amount of immunity to the actual shot, not the swine flu. You're not going to be seeing kids breaking out with the swine flu until they roll their sleeves up. Once they roll their sleeves up, they're going to say, oh my God, we didn't get it in time. Look how many people have the swine flu. And what's going to happen is the kids that don't have that immunity are going to get the swine flu through the shot, and then they will get others sick. And that's why they're talking about 3 separate waves of this swine flu. That's the reality. Dave in California. Dave, you're on the line.
Hi,
Yes,
Alex.
Dave.
Man, it's hard to keep up with you guys just being on hold.
What can I do for you, sir?
I got a chance to talk to Jane Burgermeister yesterday, and I'd like to see if you guys could possibly get her on. She's suing the World Health Organization, the UN, the CDC, Baxter, and a bunch of people for developing this stuff and for disseminating it.
You know, I've seen her, and I thank you for the call. I've seen her little petition, and I get it sent to my Facebook. I got to be honest with you, I don't think it's going anywhere. Okay, let's just get this right out in the open. I don't think it's going anywhere. You can sit there and, create these lawsuits, and they're good for retrospect, but then when people call them out on their non-effectiveness, okay, that's not going to be anywhere near as effective of you talking to your community, going to a city council meeting and warning them that they can't go along with this program, or going to your board meeting at your school and saying, I don't want this place to become a mass vaccination center, and I don't want drills with the National Guard going on here while my child's going to school here. That's what's effective.